Hello, and welcome to this episode of Browsing Books with Brooke. There once was a man named John Snow. Well, I'm sure there's other people named John Snow, but not this John Snow. In 1813, John Snow had experienced the destructive wake of cholera, coming from India through the Middle East to Europe and finally to his hometown of Newcastle. Cholera is a terrible disease and is highly contagious, and really it's just awful. It was common knowledge that the disease was caused from miasma, a terrible little particles in the air that if you breathe in was dead. John Snow is now a practiced physician and began to challenge that theory. His patients always complained of pain in their stomachs, not in their mouth or throat or lungs. So John Snow reasoned that the cholera-causing culprit must be from something that people were ingesting. He conducted an experiment on either side of a street. One side the waste ran towards the community well, the other side the waste ran away from it. The waste-infected well was running, really it was infecting consumers. This was a breakthrough in the moment he had been waiting for. On September 3rd, 1854, a major cholera outbreak exploded. This time in London, John Snow ran to meet his arch-nemesis in the final battle showdown. He frantically ran from house to courthouse to house again, interviewing, taking samples, mapping cases, desperately trying to prove his theory. He found that most of the cases surrounded a suspicious Broad Street pump. After more interviews and dispelling outliers such as a family living outside the city who had friends who had brought them the famous Broad Street pump water, John Snow finally had proof. It would not be until 8 years after his death that any of the town leaders began to consider his theory. John Snow is credited as the father of epidemiology and the person who ultimately discovered the case of cholera. Thank you for joining us and we'll see you next time on Browsing Books with Brooke.